Okay, so last session we learned about the string related functions. In string related functions, we learned about formatting string dynamically, formatting a string, and a string manipulation. In string manipulations, we discussed about char at, char coded options. So, in those, one important point is the frequently asked question is what is difference between slice, sub str, and substring? That is the question, because all work in a similar way, but technically we need to know the difference between them. What is difference between a slice, sub str, and substring? Right. Let's see what is difference between them. So here I will create a simple script here. Okay, in this script, I am defining some var message. Welcome to JavaScript. So document dot write msg dot slice. Slice is a function which allows to access the values present between specified index, the first and last. That means we have to write the index, that is starting with 0 up to 7. So then what it will do is from 0 index to 7, it will read and it will print 0 to 7, including space is also considered as a character. That is slice. Suppose I defined 0, then what happens is, so it will read from 0 to end. Suppose I said 7, then it will read from 7 to end. Now, if I define 7, 0, that means I am trying to read from 7 to left side. So it is not possible. It can go one direction only. Slice can read from the starting index to end. If end index is not defined, it will read up to end. That is the point about slice. So slice, so it can read the characters between specified index, between specified start and end index. So if end is not defined, then it will read up to end of string. If end is not defined, it will read up to end of string, from that position to end of string. That is actually slice. And one more point is end index must be greater than start index. That means it cannot be less than start index. It should be greater than. That means it will not read backward, it will read only forward. End index must be greater than start index. That means string dot slice 0 comma 7 or string dot slice 7. That means this will be from first one will be 0 to 7. This one will be 7 to end. Suppose I define string dot slice 7 comma 0. So this is invalid. It cannot work. That is slice. So slice uses the number of characters between the index. So syntax is actually slice start index and end index. That's how we have to write. That's the basic syntax for slice. Now, what is substring? Actually, sub-str. So what is this sub-str? It can read, sub-str can read specified number of characters from given index number. It can read specified number of characters from given index number. Specified number of characters from given index number. So syntax actually, it will be like this. Sub-str start index, then count of characters. That means string dot sub-str from 7 comma 3. This indicates from 7 index, it will read 3 characters. It doesn't mean that 7 to backward 3. From 7 index, 3 characters it will read. So how many characters to read from that specific index? So 3 is not end index. 3 is not end index. 3 is how many characters from 7. It will indicate how many characters from 7. So, for example, see here now, I am defining like this. Instead of slice, I will use sub-str. Here I defined some 0 to 7. If I write like this, it will print same like slice only. That is the reason people ask the difference. What is difference? Because slice is also same. But actually it's not same. Actually, this 7 indicates how many characters from 0. If I say from 7 5 characters. That means it will read from 7 5 characters. 5 characters means including 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces also. Suppose you said from 7 some 8 characters. It will be from 7, it will read 8 characters. So that means from specified index, how many characters? If I write 7 0, it is not backward. It indicates that from 7 0 characters. From 7 0 characters means nothing will come. That means this indicates how many characters from that particular index. One is a blank space. If I say 2, then it will get 2 characters and it will display, including blank space and 1 character. So technically, difference between slice and substring is slice will accept starting index, ending index, and substring from starting index to how many characters we can read. That is substring. Sub str actually. Substring is there. It is nothing but it can read. It can read from specified index, from specified index to any direction, from specified index to any direction, from specified index to any direction. That means syntax, it will be substring start index, end index. But here the advantage is, so here the note is end index can be less than start index, which cannot be in a slice. End index can be less than start index. Then it will read towards backward. So the reading left or right. So that is substring. So here you see I'm using here option substring. Substring 0 to 7. This also looks the same. You can see it looks same. Means if I use starting and ending index everywhere, it will look same. But what is difference here is, suppose I say 7, then it will read 7 to end. 7 to end, it will read all the characters. But I can say like this, 7 to 0. That means it will not read right side, it will read left side. Then it will be left side, from 7 to left side, which is not possible in slice, which is not even possible in sub str. It is possible only in substring. Any direction, if you want to read from the specific index, then better substring. So we can use that for handling the values. That is actually these characters. So these are all example so of how we can define. That means you can write like this: string dot substring, you can use 0 to 7. String dot substring, you can use 7. So string dot substring, you can use 7 0. This will read 0 to 7 characters, and this is 7 to end. This is 7 to start. So that means 0. That is how these three work. Right. These are generally substring. How we can use substring and how do we work with that? So char at, char code at, slice, substr, and substring. Next, in the string manipulation functions, we have index of and last index of. So last index of and last index of. So actually index of and last index of, these are the functions. These are the functions which can find any character, in a string, and return its index position. These are the functions which can find any character in a string and return its index. If character not found, then it returns -1. So if -1 is returned, then means the character is not there. This is regularly used in general validations. We regularly use that in validations. Let's see, for example, suppose one simple example. Here, I will write a simple program, doc type HTML, head, title, string, in the body, and here field set, legend, your email, and input type is text, and ID as txt email, and we have a button, so submit. And here we want to display some message in a heading. Okay, so when user clicks on the button, on click, verify email. That is the function. Let's write a script and a function, verify email. Now we have to first accept the email, that is document get element by ID, txt email dot value. We can collect the value entered. Email is the string. Now we will access MSG is document dot query selector h2 heading 2. Okay, now email must have an @. Now I need to find out whether there is an @ in the email they entered or not. Then how we will find? So we will use @position. How to get @position from email they have entered? So email is the string. In that we have to use index of which character @. That means it will find out whether @ present or not. If it is present, it returns its index number. If not present, then it will return -1. So if @position is less than or equal to 2, or I said less than 2. If at position is less than 2, then msg.inner.html, we should say invalid email. So else we will put here msg.inner.html. So email verified. This message should come. So concept is simple actually here. I'm entering email. So I'm entering some email here. Suppose I'm entering here email, some David gmail.com, and there is no at the net, and submit, it should say invalid email. Why I given less than 2? Because if I don't give, because you have to compare only -1. If I have to compare only -1, that means I can say that, so at position is equal to -1, then it is invalid. But if I do so, what will happen is, suppose I am writing condition at position is equal to -1. If at position is equal to -1, you see here, I entered David gmail.com and submit. So it is verifying. Okay. Then I entered at the net at the beginning and say submit. It says verified. That is wrong. So at least minimum I want 3 characters before at the net. In that case, we have to put minimum 3 characters. In that case, you cannot compare only -1. Better to say that it is less than 2. That means it indicates that at the net must be after minimum 2 characters. If you use before that, it is not good. So that means now I entered here David gmail.com and it says submit, it is invalid. So I entered at the net here, I click submit, it's still invalid. I entered at the net here after 2 characters, this is still invalid. So now valid, because we said less than 2. 0, 1, 2. That is the index number it starts with. So that's fine. We can give anything depending on requirement. If I say less than 3, then obviously minimum 3 characters we want. So that means here David. So at gmail.com like this and submit, it says invalid. Now minimum 3 characters you should have. So at David, suppose I said, and at gmail.com, and here we can define that. That is usually verifying how we can configure. Now we can do a lot of other options also, because remember, it should have at the net, at the same time domain also should be correct. Gmail.com, yahoo.com, msn.com, like that. Then we can use other techniques also. I will tell you other techniques how to handle. For example, this is index of verifying the position. Now suppose I want to check, is it ending with Gmail or not? Is it starting with Gmail or not? For that we have other functions, we will see. Then what is difference between index of, last index of? Actually last index of is nothing but last index of, same last index of will return the last returning index, will return the last occurrence index. Last occurrence index. Suppose I said welcome. Now if I write index of E, what it will return? If I write index of E, it will return 1. That means E is at 1 index. That means it will return the first occurrence. Index of will always return, index of will always return first index. It will return first index. That means where is E? After W. This W is what? 0. And E is 1. So another E is also there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So here if I define, so welcome, and I said last index of E, that means it will give the last occurrence. Last occurrence it will give 6. Now generally if I need every occurrence, then I have to split, I have to read through a logic, right? We will see that. For that we have to learn arrays and all concept. As of now, what is difference between index and last index? Index will return the first occurrence and last index will return the last occurrence. Last occurrence. So that is index of and last index of. And this is a simple example. Suppose this is a simple example for that. That's the example for just verifying its options. These are all syntax based examples. We will use them in various other examples in future. First we are learning what they are, how they work, what is the basic syntax for them and all. So we have index of, last index of. Next we have another important, starts with and ends with. Ends with. We have start with, ends with. Starts with, ends with. So these are the functions. So these are the functions used to verify the starting and ending characters in a string. Verify the starting and ending characters in a string. If the starting and ending characters in a string are according to our requirement, then it is valid. Otherwise it is invalid, like that. For example, start with, end with, how it works, we'll see. One second. So it's what? Okay, so start with, end with. These are used to verify whether the string is starting with the characters that you are expecting or not, or ending with the characters expecting or not. For example, suppose we will see here. Okay, so it is to verify whether it is starting with specified characters or not, right? To verify whether it is starting with characters or not, for example, we will see one example here. So we have some images. Okay, we will copy some images. Yeah, here we don't have them. Let's copy from Google. So suppose let's open this Google and check here. Yeah. And here we will go to images. And here we will search for, suppose, master card. Yeah, this is the MasterCard logo. Just we will capture that small image. So we say snipe, and we will capture this part. So that's just a small MasterCard. Okay, I said some master. It is on our project location, and it is in the project public images master PNG. Fine. We will search for another image here. I will give here as Visa card. Okay. And we will capture this logo here. So we will capture that and save as Visa. Okay. Now what should happen here is, let's create a simple logic. So now we are defining this. Yep. Now we are creating a simple screen, and we will put here a legend as yeah, we will use little bit of our bootstrap also. Link relation is equal to style sheet href, so node modules bootstrap dist css bootstrap dot css, and here I will put a div. In that, input type is equal to text, and beside that we will have an image. And for image class, I will give as input group text, and I will put this as image ID as some card image, card img, that is image. So width is some 50 pixels, height is also some 30 pixels, like this. And we will keep this class as input group, like this. So, and this will be class as form control. That is the text box there, form control. So it looks like this here. and we will have class container fluid. Okay, and here we will put a class as a image fluid. Image fluid, okay, and the height we will adjust. So to 50 pixels, and that is fine. Now that is the image we are having. Width I will give as some 100. That's fine. Now what should happen here? We have to ask user to enter your card number. Card number. Now usually what happens is when user enters the card number, while entering, if card number is starting with some 444 series, then it is MasterCard. Otherwise some Visa card, something like that. Then what we do here is we will verify while typing inside the text box. ID is TXT card. On key up, so verify card. Okay. And here we will write a function verify card. So what we have to verify? So first access card number. Card number is from document get element by ID txt card dot value. That is the card number. And access card image. Card image is img document get element by ID card image. That is image, only image. So if card number dot starts with if it is starting with so 4444 something like this, that means 4 sequence, it is starting with 4, then what should happen? If it is starting with that, then we will put card image dot src is equal to dot slash public slash images slash, so we have some master dot png. That is the image we want to apply. Otherwise card image dot src is equal to public slash images slash visa dot png. We have to apply that. We can, if it is, we can add multiple conditions. Currently I am just using alternative, because if it is not starting with 44 or 55 something what we are expecting, we can put some other message. Those multiple conditions you will learn later. As of now, this simple is enough. Starts with, now you can see I am typing some text inside it. So you see here, so for example I will put here another condition. Condition is if user is not typing 444, then I want to display that invalid card, please enter correct card. We can add one more condition, like we can use else if. Else if another condition is card number dot starts with 555. So then it is Visa. If it is not any of these two, if it is starting with something else, then card image dot src we will keep empty. And instead of image, how to display text inside image? You know that we can use card image dot alt. We learned alternate text will be there. Alt we will give as NA, something like not available. Or you can write invalid, something, whatever message you want to display inside that. Now initially when I am typing the card number, so it says not available. And I entered 4444, then it is MasterCard. And after that, your wish, you have to write regular expression to verify is it 16 digit number or not. Validations we can define. If it is not, then it is not available. And if it is starting with 5555, then it is visa. If it is starting with 444, then it is master. We will have a sequence. We will verify that whether the sequence is between 444 to some 55. Okay. So this is to verify whether it is starting with that character or not, with the character or not. This is starts with. Now, how do you use ends with? Same. Sometimes we want to end with some certain characters. For example, I given here, so another data definition, or we will keep this as in a container. So we will keep in a div, and this is your card. I will keep this as verify details, and here I defined as some heading card number. Okay, that is one container we are having, card number. And what we do is, below this I will put another heading, and we will say your Gmail, and here another div, and input type is equal to text, id as txt email, and class as form control. And we don't want anything else to be entered here. We want user to enter only Gmail. Means we are not asking any email, we are asking only Gmail. If anything else other than Gmail, then it should not accept. So that means now what we have to do is, when user is typing here on key up, we will verify email. And what this verify email should have, we will write a function. The function is verify email. What this verify email have to do? First, it should accept the email entered. That means document get element by id txt email dot value. And here we need to define a simple syntax. The syntax for referring whether it is ending with that character or not. That means we will use suffix. Okay, and how do we get the suffix of that particular string? Then simply you can define email dot ends with which string it should end with, gmail.com. That means it will actually return true or false. You can directly write same like this. You can directly write a if condition. Remember, starts with and ends with, these are Boolean type. They will return true or false, verifying that. So now if I say if suffix is equal to some true, that means email verified. If not verified. You can directly write, instead of writing a suffix, you can simply put here if email dot ends with gmail.com. If it is ending with gmail.com, then display the message. I want to display message Just below this, a div I will give. And in this div, I will keep an ID as MSG. And I want to display the message in that MSG. So here we will accept document get element by ID MSG dot inner HTML. We should say email verified. Otherwise, what should happen if it is not ending? Get element by ID MSG dot inner HTML. So we say invalid email. We have to define in this way. So you see here when user is typing Gmail, suppose user is entering something else. Suppose I am typing here, so David, like this, invalid email at the net gmail.com, then it says email verified. If it is anything else other than that, so it is invalid. Every character it should match. That means it is ending with those characters or not. We can verify starting with, and we can verify ending with. Ending with a word, ending with a character, ending with group of characters. You can use any pattern. So this is a simple basic example to understand how we can use start with and end with. Actually, so these functions return Boolean true. When string is starting or ending with specified characters. These functions return Boolean true when string is starting or ending with specified characters. So syntactically, string dot starts with characters. Similarly, string dot ends with characters. Ends with characters. That is starting with and ending with the characters. Example is this one. So what I just now showed you, I will copy that. That is the example for this. That is start with and end with, and how do we define the characters? That is one another option. Next, important, in the functions we have a match. In the functions we have match. Match, it is used to verify. It is used to verify and compare. It is used to verify and compare given string. Compare given string with any regular expression. It is used to verify and compare given string with any regular expression. It returns true. If string format is as per regular expression. It returns true if string format is as per regular expression. To verify against a regular expression, we have to use this match. Now, very important here is in JavaScript, regular expressions actually. So in JavaScript, regular expression. What is regular expression? No need to explain. Already we learned how to write regular expression. In JavaScript, regular expression is enclosed in / double slash. Generally, when you write regular expression in HTML, it is enclosed in string, double quotes. But here it is enclosed in double slash. Regular expression is enclosed in a / double slash. That is regular expression. Right. So for example, how do we handle that? How do we work with? So simple example here we will see. So let's add another file here. So match demo.html and doc type HTML head and title is so match demo. And let's link relation style sheet and href is node modules bootstrap this. And in the body, so we have this container fluid and we will create here. So a field set or just we will keep a heading. So verify password and data list data term. So here we will say or just keep a text box for verifying the password. Input type is equal to text and class is equal to form control. We will keep input type as password, ID as txt pwd, that is password. So I need to verify the password entered there. And I need to show the status below this. I want to keep the status. In the div, I will put an ID as message. And we need to show the message strong password, weak password, or poor password while typing. Then we have to write on key up, verify password. Let's write a script now. Script, the function is verify password and the condition if first we will accept the password entered, document get element by ID txt pwd dot value, that is the password entered. We will write regular expression. Regular expression is written in double slash. In the double slash, we are writing question mark equal dot star square brace a hyphen z. This indicates at least one uppercase letter. Slash w alphanumeric with underscore and 4 to 15 characters. That means it should be 4 to 15 characters uppercase letter. So that is regular expression and regular expression is written in 2 slashes. That means we need to write regular expression in double slash. Regular expressions are defined in the double slash. So what is the condition here now? If password is matching dot match, password is a string. If string is matching with regular expression, reg expression. If it is matching with regular expression, then we want to display message where msg document get element by ID msg, that is the div where you want to show msg dot inner html. If it is matching with regular expression means it is strong password. And I will give here as a MSG dot class name, I will apply as a text success. It will be green color. Else what should happen? Else here we will write another condition. If password dot length means number of characters, is less than 4. If password length is less than 4, because minimum we are expecting 4. If it is less than 4, msg dot inner html, we should say poor password. And we will put here msg dot class name as text danger. Else, if it is greater than 4, it is greater than 4 but not matching with expression, then what we will do is we will say msg dot inner html weak password, and msg dot class name we will use text warning. And I will save this now. Here we are matching with regular expression. And you see, when we type here the password, I click there and started typing password. And it says poor password, because minimum 4 characters required for that. And I entered 4 characters minimum, then it is weak password. So it is still weak password only, until or unless I entered an uppercase letter. One uppercase letter entered, then it should be strong. So somewhere here expression is not ended here. We have to end it here, na? Yeah, that is the expression. Okay. Now I am entering here minimum 4 characters. This is poor. Minimum 4 characters. This is weak. And still it is weak. One uppercase letter, it says strong. We can verify that. So if I remove that uppercase letter, it is weak password. I remove minimum characters here, minimum 4 characters, then it is poor password. If they haven't entered anything, then we can put another message saying that password required. For that, what we have to do, this all should happen if password is entered. So I will remove that and we will write a logic. If password is equal to empty, that means nothing entered, then msg dot inner html, it should display a message password required. Msg dot class name, I will put text danger. And else, if password is not empty, then this logic should work. That means I have to handle this logic. This is the logic that should work. So that is the logic it should work. So now it looks better. Initially, nothing, because we haven't written any submit or anything. Now I entered, this is poor password, this is weak password, and this is strong password. And it is weak password, it is poor password, and nothing entered, so password required. That means we have to verify whether there is a value inside it or not. How do we verify that? So we verify that by using empty string. This we can show in a graphical form also. That is what we learned, that in HTML I told you we have progress bar meter controls. By using progress bar meter controls, we can show graphically. So instead of showing a message, we can show graphically. For example, suppose below this here now, roughly I'm adding another div where I will use a meter. So we will put here, so minimum id as some grade, that is the id. Usually meter will have minimum 1, maximum 100, like this. This is empty, so I given here. So class is equal to w100. So we have form, this is no control required, just 100. This is meter. Meter height, width, and everything we can change. So values also we can adjust. There are so many techniques. Either you show the value growing or you change the colors. Colors I am already changing for text. We can put the values growing, decreasing, increasing, growing value we can define. For example, because we already have a meter called grade, you see now, we have to access that meter. So var grade is equal to document get element by id grade. This is referring to meter. Actually, meter grade is expecting minimum value, maximum value, value. And grade is also expecting low and high. And here, as I told you, we have to follow dry principle. Means when password is strong, meter should work. When password is poor, meter should work. Password is weak, meter should work. 3 times it should work. Then we cannot write 3 times. We will write a function inside this function by name as so show grade. This show grade is expecting 3 values: min, max, and value. We are expecting 3 values. Now these 3 values must be applied to this grade. How do we access the grade? So grade dot min is equal to whatever min you pass. That means whenever we call show grade function, we have to pass 3 values into it. First value is minimum, second value is maximum, third value is value. Minimum, whatever you passed, it will be applied as minimum of meter. Similarly, grade dot max is equal to maximum, and grade dot value is equal to value. These parameters you can give any name. I given same names, so no need to confuse in that. These names can be anything, but these are properties. They must be min, max, and value. Okay, now let's go here. When strong password, we have to show grade. In that, minimum will be 1, maximum will be 100, value also 100, because it is strong. Okay, if it is weak password, what should happen? If it is poor password, what should happen? If it is poor password, show grade. Minimum is 1, maximum is 100, but value is 20 only, because it is poor password. Okay, if it is weak password, show grade. Minimum is 1, maximum is 100, value is some 70. So then now you see this grade meter will work 3 times. And what will happen now? I am entering, suppose for meter you can adjust the height and all. By default it is having style. We have a meter for meter height as some 20 pixels, and that is the meter, some 30 pixel, that is the meter we have. And here I am typing the password now. When I am typing the password, so this is poor password, and it is only up to few 20%. So David, so once it is weak password, it will increase. It is still weak password. Until or unless I entered an uppercase letter, then it is strong. That means the meter will change according to the situation. That's what we learned in HTML. In HTML, I told you that we will just design it here, but we will make it functional in JavaScript. That means according to the value we are entering, it will increase, decrease, right? We can make it change its color instead of increasing and decreasing. We can make it change its color. To change the color, you know that for meter we have to pass low and high values. To change the color, we know low and high. You learned HTML now. You know how to set the values now. Two more values are required, low and high. You know how to set low and high. That means grade dot low is equal to low and grade dot high is equal to high. And here we need to pass two more values. If it is strong password, then what should happen? Low and high will be 0. Low 0, high 0. And if it is here, all we will give 100. If it is poor password, low will be some 60 and high will be 80. That means less gap between low and high. Low and high. Okay. If it is weak password, we will give 40, 80. That means more gap between low and high. This time you can see that we are entering password, so it shows poor password, red color. I entered minimum 4 characters, then it is weak password. And still it is weak password, and I entered strong, then it is your wish. Either you want to show changing values, either you want to show colors, either you want to show changing values with colors, your wish. You have to add a combination and define the combination, right? So that is while working with string and regular expressions. So here our main concept is, how do we deal with regular expression? How do we verify whether regular expression is matching or not? That's what we have to do for every other situation. For example, now I have another option like verify mobile. And here we have input type is equal to text and ID is equal to txt mobile. And here we have class as form control. And for mobile, we have certain pattern. Mobile should start with +91 and it should contain a 10-digit number. Anything else is not allowed. Then what we have to do? We have to verify on key up, verify mobile. And here we will put a div below it and ID as mobile error. And we have to write the logic inside the script. So a function, this is verify mobile. And for this, we need to write an expression here. First, var mobile. How to collect the mobile? Document get element by ID txt mobile dot value. How to write mobile expression? Mobile expression is //+91 and in that /d, and you know 10 digits. We know this. And we need to write here another one is mobile error. Document get element by ID mobile error. Okay, if mobile is matching with the regular expression is mobile expression. If it is matching with expression, then mobile error dot inner HTML we will keep empty. So else what should happen? If it is not matching, then mobile error dot inner HTML we will keep invalid mobile. And here I will put mobile error dot class name as text danger, like this. This is verifying the mobile. Now I entered the mobile here. So 98765432110. This is still invalid. I am starting the mobile number starting with +91, then it is done. If anything wrong, then it is invalid mobile. It should match and verify against the patterns. This is used with the string functions. So match is used to verify with regular expression. Syntactically, we write a regular expression. So here slash and pattern. Pattern how to write already we know. Where string is some string you entered. And if string dot match with the regular expression, if it is matching with regular expression, then we have to write. If it is matching with regular expression, we need to verify what it is matching and display. The regular expression. Right. This is an example. So how we can handle, and this is an example. This is an example for that. Next, these are all string functions. We will use in several other examples. Right? These are just syntax based examples we have seen. Several more examples we will see. Another option we have, so trim and split. Trim and split functions. So trim is used to remove the leading spaces in a string. Leading spaces in a string. Leading spaces means space before and after, not in between. Leading space means the space before and space after. So is used to remove leading spaces. And the split is used to split the string at a specified delimiter. Delimiter means separator. At specified delimiter and return an array. How to use arrays later you will see. For that we need to know how to deal with arrays, but just what is the purpose I will show here. In an array, so it is used to split the string at specified delimiter. Delimiter means separator and return an array. Trim is used for removing leading spaces. These are very important because generally what happens is, suppose trim and all these are required because leading spaces have a problem. So let's add a new file, trim.html. For example, so we have doc type head title some trim demo, and in the body, so we have your password and a text box. Input type is equal to some text and id as txt pwd. We can change it to password later, and we have a button submit, and just put a heading below. I will just use on click. On click is equal to verify password. Okay, let's write a script here. So function is verify password. And what is the condition? Where pwd is equal to document dot get element by id txt pwd dot value. This is the password they entered. I am verifying if password is matching. That means if password is equal to admin. If password is equal to admin, okay, then document dot query selector. So get the heading to, and in inner HTML put a message that so verified. Okay, this message should come, else it should document dot query selector heading. It should say inner HTML as invalid password. Okay. Now, usually the problem that we face in this is generally when user is typing the password. So I typed here as password as admin and I clicked on submit, then it says invalid. But my password verification is verifying with admin only. So it is verifying with admin only. I entered admin only. Why it is showing invalid? Because actually there is a space which we haven't noticed. There is a space, a small space which we haven't noticed. You may not notice that even after that space, you cannot notice it. Due to that, it will verify that space also. It is submitted. Then it says it is invalid. I remove that space and click on submit. Now verified. That means this is difficult. So many times in visual, we cannot handle that. We cannot configure and define that. In that case, what we have to do is we have to, excuse me, hello. Right. So here we have to verify and configure this. Now you see, whatever password entered is we need to remove those additional spaces. Spaces in between, we cannot erase them, but spaces, leading spaces means before and after. So then what we have to do is this password, we have to use dot trim method we have to use. This is the password you entered. It should trim the unnecessary spaces which are before and after. In between spaces are not unnecessary. They are intentionally defined. So, but this is very important. Now, in that case, it will be better. Even I use some space and I return admin, then I said submit, it will verify. So it is related to space that you give leading. But if I use a space between, it is not verified. It cannot remove the spaces between. It can remove the spaces before or after. That's what we have to manage by using trim. Trim is used for that. That is one example. Another important here is split. The purpose of split is to separate the string. This is very commonly required these days, very regularly required. For example, if you look at the database of various people, for a suppose best example is, suppose you know bulk SMS. Suppose we have way to SMS or you purchase some bulk SMS. After purchasing bulk SMS, what we do is we want to send a notice to all the people who are our customers or students. We want to send message. Then in that bulk SMS, what they do is they ask you to upload a .csv file. Actually, CSV is an Excel file, but Excel file is a Excel sheet, but it is converted into comma separated. That means name, mobile numbers, everything comma separated. They will give a comma separated. CSV means comma separated. That means what happens now is generally means in general what we do here. See, just a script I will give. So this is split. .html. And here we define script, and we will put here numbers. So or say mobile numbers. Mobile numbers, we can get it from a CSV file. That means usually it will contain some one number 987654321 and second number second number like this, and after that another number, so another number something like this, so something like this. Now what we need to do is we need to separate these numbers. If I need to separate these numbers, so that means what we will do, we will put a result. How do we separate these numbers? Mobile numbers dot split at which character? Split at comma. We have to write the character in single quote, not double quote. If you want to split at space, you can keep it empty like this. I want to split at comma. Okay. Now what happens is every number is individually stored in this result. But result contains first number at 0, second number at 1, third number at 2. That means now you see here, I want to access the first number. Document.write result of 0. What result of 0 will do? It is going to return the first number. Later you will learn iterations, loops. Through iterations and loops, you can read every number separately and handle it. Suppose I want the second number, so that means 1, then it will return the second number, so 63. So we can access the third number. Individually, we can configure them and use them. So it allows you to split and read the characters. That is example for split. Means how we can split and we can access the values. This is basically all the various string functions. Now, once you know these string functions, then we can handle a lot of manipulations on string. Now, based on this, I will give one exercise to you now. You have to try that. So with all these string related, one form exercise I will give you. You have to try, right? Tomorrow, I will give you that. And in the next session, now we will discuss about the other data types, what Boolean types, null types, undefined types, other primitive types we are having. Okay. And you know about screening test going on? No, I will post in the classroom now. We have a screening test going on. You can apply to that screening test and you have to write. But that is only for BTech and other graduates. So I will show you that it's not for you. So this is the screening test going on. And this is for BTech and MCA 2018, 19, 2020 passed outs. It is a 100% job guarantee, no fees, nothing. If you qualified in that exam, because we have MNC clients like Tech Mahindra and Infosys, these people are coming for a campus level interviews, and we have to provide resources for them in 3 technologies, that is Selenium, .NET and UI. And if you are qualified in the test, then free, they will give you training. So on project based environment for maximum 1 month with communication skills and everything. And they will place you in the jobs in MNCs. This qualification is because it is MNC, right? If you are not related to that, ignore it. Why? Because if you doesn't belong to this qualification, ignore, no problem. Other companies will come. Because these are specific MNC people, they don't entertain others. They strictly look for only these people. So, and small scale companies, you can. So other companies, you can. So those will come. But this is only strictly for those people. In the classroom, I will upload this. You can screen take a QR reader. I will upload the form also. You have to fill up the form if you belong to this. And for offline people who are attending offline, we have an job opportunity as mentors. So job opportunity as mentors for our own Naresh technologies. That means we want mentors to guide the people in the labs while practicing these UI technologies. Because already you are up to JavaScript, then up to Bootstrap, you can give guidance. That means for new people who are doing lab, you can support them. And for that, our Naresh technologies will pay you just like a job for entry level. And if you have worked just 5 months, 6 months, good experience you got in resolving the problems, then it is easy to crack any level interviews for you. Practically also you will be perfect. If you are interested in that job, so you have to submit your resume to me personally in a paper printout, hard copy. You need to present that. Then I will verify those and I will take an interview and I will place you in the job. Right? So I will personally conduct interview and that is will be final. I will place you in the job. Right? And that is for mentor role. So after that, this experience, how many days you worked as mentor, we will give as experience letter to you so that you can show this in other companies also. Not just as mentor, as a developer. You can show that experience as developer. That will help you. We will not give experience as mentor. We will say as developer, that is good. You will get experience. And because your pay will be generated through our official Naresh High Technologies pay scales. So due to that, it will have a correct background verification also will be perfect if you are applying for MNCs in future. That will help the experience. If you are interested, you can submit. This is only for people who are attending offline, right? Because it is an offline job you have to do, right? If you are interested, submit your resumes by tomorrow to me in the class. Okay, I will verify them. Then online, this is screening test for those people who completed this, right? And tomorrow we'll continue with others. This I will upload into classroom, right? Yeah.